Does it ever feel like sometimes you've read the same story over and over and over and over again? Doesn't matter what book you pick up, whether it's The Hobbit or Star Wars, good Star Wars, Jane Eyre, or even King Arthur, there seems to be something so familiar about the story. That's because there is. I'm your host, Garrett K. Jones, and for the first Creator's Corner of Season 4, we're beginning our deep dive into Joseph Campbell's hero's journey. Hey, welcome to my channel. If you're a returning viewer, glad to have you back, and if you're new, you couldn't have jumped in at a better time. I'm just starting off with a new set of writing tips, and I'm excited to share them with you. All the writing tips can be found in the Creator's Corner playlist, but if you're here looking for the hero's journey content, you'll find that going to be right up here in another appropriately named playlist. Now, as always, I'm eager to find channel supporters. The easiest way that you can support this channel is to subscribe and share these videos. But if you're looking for other ways to support what I do here, I'll talk more about those options towards the end of the video. With only a few weeks left before we hit November, I wanted to remind you about No Shave November. The goal is to raise money to help support cancer awareness and research, especially for those cancers that specifically target men. I'll be growing my beard from scratch and trying to get it as long as possible before the end of the month. Now, you are capable of making donations down at the website linked below. The largest donation by the end of November gets to decide what I do with the beard at the end of the month. Last year, I got to see the rise of Captain Pinkbeard. Could that happen again? Well, we shall see come December.
Before going any further with the video, be sure to subscribe and click the bell icon for notifications on new videos. You can select notifications for all videos, or you can select notifications based on your preferences. If you're watching on your phone, be sure to update those settings inside the app itself to get the most out of your viewing experience.
The hero's journey is a monomyth that spans a multitude of various literature and media. It's the common template often used for a heroic protagonist going off on an adventure. While there is some difficulty and challenge along the way, the hero is most often victorious and, by the end of the story, has returned home a changed person. Monomyths are story archetypes or patterns that can be seen across a variety of cultures and across varying eras, depicting common tropes predating the modern era. Case in point, there are similarities between Thor and Heracles and Samson from the Bible. These were all great warriors blessed with tremendous strength, as well as other incredible supernatural abilities. While there are some tremendous differences, like Thor being a god, Heracles being a demigod, and Samson being mortal, there are several similarities that can be used for comparison. The hero's journey, monomyth, or the hero quest format as I call it, has been identified and studied by psychologist Otto Rank and amateur anthropologist Lord Raglan. More famously, though, it was popularized by Joseph Campbell, who used it to deconstruct and compare different religions. Campbell was an American professor of literature at Sarah Lawrence College who focused on comparative mythology and comparative religion. The hero's journey became the central focus of his 1949 work, The Hero with a Thousand Faces. But let's get beyond perusing the Wikipedia highlights and begin breaking down the steps of the monomyth itself. Campbell had 17 stages broken into a standard 3-act structure. I'm going to keep the 3-act structure, but I'm going to condense Campbell's 17 steps down into just 12, provided by Christopher Vogel in 2007. Now keep in mind, you can find variations of these steps from a variety of sources, so by all means don't take this video to mean this is the definitive list. Act 1 is referred to as the departure. This is where the hero and the reader start off in the ordinary world, where the protagonist's life is bland and mundane. Nothing happens to this character. Eventually, the hero experiences a call to adventure. This is Bilbo Baggins being visited by Gandalf and the company of dwarves, and being asked or wrangled into being their contracted burglar. This is Gawain being challenged to fight the Green Knight. Or for our visual representation, this is Luke Skywalker being asked by Ben Kenobi to go with him to Alderaan and learn the ways of the Force.
You must learn the ways of the Force if you're to come with me to Alderaan.
Alderaan? I'm not going to Alderaan. I've got to get home. It's late. I'm in port as it is.
I need your help, Luke. She needs your help. I'm getting too old for this sort of thing.
I can't get involved. I've got work to do. It's not that I like the Empire. I hate it, but there's nothing I can do about it right now. It's all such a long way from here.
That's your uncle talking.
Oh, boy, my uncle. How am I ever going to explain this?
Learn about the Force, Luke.
Look, I can take you as far as Anchorhead. You can get a transport there to Mos Eisley or wherever you're going.
You must do what you feel is right, of course.
Obviously, Luke rejects the offer or the call, which is step 3, which by this point, he's already found his future mentor, which is step 4, and ultimately crosses the threshold, step 5, after he finds Uncle Owen and Aunt Beru killed by the stormtroopers. While these first steps occur out of order, it doesn't matter so long as they take place during the departure act. Crossing this threshold takes Luke out of the ordinary world of moisture farming on Tatooine and places him on an off-world trajectory into the special world where his eyes and his experiences are exposed to a larger world inhabited by interstellar civil war and space wizards. This is Act 2, the initiation, and it's during this act where the hero experiences tests, allies, and enemies. For Luke Skywalker, he begins his Jedi training after meeting Han Solo and Chewbacca, while also encountering Imperial agents looking to thwart him at every turn, while glimpsing the threat posed by Darth Vader. It is also during this time that the hero encounters the innermost cave, which is essentially the central crisis of the story. For Luke, it's learning about the Empire's ultimate weapon, the Death Star, and its planet-killing power, which leads him into an ordeal in order to rescue Princess Leia, keep R2-D2 and the Death Star plans safe from the Empire's hands, and get them all to the rebels so that they can attack and destroy the Death Star itself. There is a reward that comes at the end, often a treasure or an elixir, and sometimes that treasure comes in the form of a powerful artifact or sword. Swords are actually rather synonymous with hero quests. King Arthur had Excalibur, Bilbo receives Sting, his elven-made sword, and while Luke receives his early on, it comes along with a legacy provided to him by Kenobi in the form of his father's lightsaber. The third act, the return, consists of the hero following the road back home, their resurrection, and a return with the elixir or reward. Now, Skywalker doesn't exactly experience a proper return in A New Hope. He is provided a medallion from Leia for his bravery during the Battle of Yavin, but if we look at the original Star Wars trilogy as a larger hero's journey, each its own act, then we can see that Luke restarts the cycle afresh at the start of The Empire Strikes Back and Return of the Jedi, and he doesn't properly complete the cycle until he returns to the Ewok village on Endor at the end of Episode 6. Now, I want to be clear that this video is meant to be an overview of the monomyth, meaning we will be breaking down each step in the hero's journey further for more detail over the next couple of months. So make sure to stay tuned for the next Creators Corner writing tip video, which will be launching on November 20th. Hey, thanks for watching. Please hit like and subscribe. If you'd like to support this channel, you can do so on Patreon through one of 3 affordable support plans. Patrons get access to blooper reels, behind-the-scenes videos, and much more. You can also buy sweet merch from my store on Teespring that you can rep on social media by tagging me at GKJ_publishing and making sure to use the hashtag 5kingdomsmerch. Or you can sign up for the free poster giveaway, and I'll be announcing the winner for that when I hit 200 YouTube subscribers. I'll see you all back here next week on the Forming Fantasy live stream. I will be broadcasting to YouTube and Instagram while I'm connecting with viewers and working on edits for Book 5.
The vlog of the 5 Kingdoms is filmed without the use of a live audience at Skyrocket Studios in Hanford, California. We can't do what we do without your help, so please make sure to subscribe by clicking the button that's above my head, and make sure to watch and share the videos over here to my left. Have a great week.